Spring finally is here, the beautiful time of the year that everything is bright and happy and cool and everyone has fun. Well, almost everyone. I guess old or new, everything needs a bit of servicing at some point through its life. So it looks like by the height of my handbrake, I need to work a bit on my rear brake assembly, because this one's going all the way up and it's not really braking the car, as I noticed today on my way here. So I think I'm gonna have to change my clothes and get my hands dirty dealing with brakes. So, good luck to me. Brakes. I guess they're kind of important when it comes to driving, at least safely driving a car, especially a Mini. As always, I will be carrying out the repair using only the tools I have available in the toolbox I will be driving around with in Bob. Truth be told, it's been quite some time that my rear handbrake has been giving me a few issues, so it was high time I actually got my hands dirty and took a look at those rare drum brakes of mine. Being basically broke and jobless during the COVID-19 pandemic has its upsides as well, since it gives me ample time to work on Bob and actually prepare myself as best as I can for the trip ahead. Properly preparing for a trip is kind of like properly training yourself for participating in a marathon, for example. The more you do and the more you train, the better chances you stand at actually not just winning but completing that marathon. In case of traveling, and since I will not be having this huge support team driving around behind me and this huge truck laden with parts, I gotta make sure that Bob will be in the best state possible, well, the best state possible for making the trip. Never judge a book by its cover, they say, and the exact same thing held for my rear brakes. Though they seem messy, they were pretty okay and decent, excluding the brake shoes, which definitely needed replacing. There was wear and tear on the drum itself, but nothing to raise concerns over that, so it was time to replace those brake shoes and get on with my life. Luckily, I had two pretty decent looking sets of brake shoes that were laying around in my inventory from when I actually upgraded my front drum brakes to discs, and they came together just nicely. It was time to move on to the other side of the car and see what surprises awaited me there. In an ideal world, of course, with no pandemic, no COVID-19, plenty of jobs and a bit of money in my pocket, I wouldn't have bothered. I would have just tossed away the old drums and brake shoes and would have replaced them with new ones. But since that was not the case, there I went. This doesn't look that as bad as the other one. There was a very big uneven wear on the brake shoes in the other drum. This one is not as bad, but since I'm at it, I might as well change it anyway. Yeah, why not? So looking at this drum, there's a bit of a wear, but it's not as bad. I mean, you can actually feel there's a kind of like a notch here going all around, and you can see the marks of the brake pads, but it's not as bad. I mean, it's not brand new, but it's got juice. It's got a bit of life ahead of it, so it should take me through where I want to go, actually. Yep, it looks just fine, actually, not that bad at all. So, let's go. Come on, little fella. So I'm placing this down in the exact same manner that I removed them, so I make sure I don't mess it up, because I'm quite good at messing things up usually. There you go. In you go. Rubber's fine. This one's in. That one's in. Alrighty, and I'm not even cursing yet. Fine. This is really going fine. In terms of safety, it's important to remember that you never ever, I mean ever, replace brake shoes on one wheel only. You always do it as a pair, meaning you replace them in both wheels. Otherwise, chances are you will get a heck of a lot of uneven braking on your car. This one's fine, and the cylinder works just fine. Yep, assembling. Black goes to black. Come on, baby. There you go. Come to Papa. Alright. There you go. It ain't that hard, but it really pays to be prepared. Try things out before you go on the road. I can't just stress this enough. It's really important to know pretty much every single inch, detail and piece of technology your car has, and it's also quite important to know where the car hurts, like what are its perks and its funky moods. And once I'm at it, let's take a look at the rest of the brake lines. Seem fine. I definitely need a new handbrake cable, but that's for later on when I have some money in my pocket, which is not really the case right now. That's why I'm trying to make the best of all the parts I have available and come up with ideas on how to make this road trip happen without me doing stuff I don't want to earn money. Alright, in with the wheel. Now, piece of advice, don't tighten the nuts fully while the car's on the jack. You just want to hand tighten them a bit so that you know that your wheel is aligned against the drum. But don't go yanking on that wrench while the car is jacked up, because you will drop the car. And if you're lucky, you're just going to drop the car on the ground. If you're unlucky, you're going to drop it on your foot. And that's not going to be fun. Now also, if you want to make sure that you put your wheel on properly, you need to follow a cross pattern. So don't go all around in sequential order, for example, tightening your nuts, because the chances are you will end up installing your wheel offset. So you go in a cross pattern, that actually alleviates the problem or the risk of misaligning your wheel. That's the first one. There you go. Get this one sorted, and this one as well, and that one too. And yippee-yay, motherfucker! Let's go!
So having completed a surprisingly uneventful repair, it was time to toss the trash and hit the road for a test drive. I just love it every time I'm given the opportunity to just jump in the car and hit the road. Being the weirdo that I am, every single time I choose to take Bob out for a spin, I always avoid highways. I absolutely hate highways. I will always find myself driving through some beautiful country road where things are calm and quiet, and I get as many opportunities as possible to stop and enjoy myself.
Time for a break and some coffee.
Having already clocked 45 minutes driving past Lake Coronia and Lake Volvi, I just couldn't resist the temptation of making a stop for a quick coffee and a ciggy at the tip of Lake Volvi on a glorious spring day. But then again, all good things must come to an end, and I had to move my sorry butt because my friend Nick was waiting for me up ahead. We were supposed to meet at a tiny church pretty much in the middle of nowhere on the old highway connecting the city of Thessaloniki to the city of Kavala, and I was running a tad late already, which is actually so very typical of me. But I actually made it more or less on time. That day, both of us actually decided to make good on our promise to ourselves that we kept on making every single time we drove through that crossing, which is better known as the Macedonian Tempe. Every single time I would go either fishing with my dad, or on holidays with my friends, or just being by myself going camping at some beautiful beach in Halkidiki, I would drive past an old castle at the top of a hill, and I kept on saying to myself, what a cool place, I should come and check it out next weekend, or next week, or whatever, and it's been decades, and I never actually got around to doing that. So last Sunday was the day that we were actually gonna make our words count for something, and we were gonna pay a visit to that place.
Well, I guess we finally made it. Let's see what this exploration is gonna look like. I'm actually at a place called Redina. It's better known as a crossing called the Macedonian Tempe. And there's a castle here which requires a bit of trekking and a bit of going uphill, but I think it's a great day and a great place to have a bit of an adventure and a bit of a picnic, and hopefully we'll give some pretty good footage as well. I'm off.
And there it was, situated at the top of a hill overlooking the crossing of Redina, the Artemisian castle. Though the site is unfortunately kind of abandoned and left to its fate, back in the days it must have been a pretty darn important castle because there were so many people that wanted to conquer it. The first recorded fortifications were erected sometime around 450 AD, and then about 100 years later, Emperor Justinian happened to be passing by and said, "I actually like the place, I'm gonna fix it up." In the 1000 years that actually followed its recorded history, the castle changed hands so many times. The Crusaders took it in 1204, then it fell back to the Byzantines, then it fell to the Serbs, then the Byzantines took it back again, then the Turks popped by, and the Byzantines got pissed off and took it back till the Ottomans took it back again. With that much history bearing down on the castle's shoulders, we just had to go in and take a look. Okay guys, so I'm keeping it really quiet. I'm going downhill at what looks like it's a secret passage or an escape route to a medieval castle at the top of the hill of Redina that I was telling you before. So this is what it looks like up ahead. This is where we came from. And I know what you guys are thinking, that we're totally nuts for doing this, and I will agree with you. But I just can't resist not going down there. So, off we go. Oh man, this is gonna be so interesting. Pitch black down there. It's completely pitch black. I really want to go down there. I really want to go down there. That's not gonna do much. We need a proper torchlight. We are definitely pushing the envelope here. This is not the average tourist attraction, okay? I think we need torchlights, Nick. Let's see, man. Like, we can't see anything. Let's see what? Are you joking right now? Stop, keep quiet. So everything is like so old and so weathered by time. Like the ceiling is full of cracks and a lot of parts of the ceiling have already collapsed. And we're trying to keep our voices down because we don't want to make too much noise. And I don't know what's gonna resonate and come crashing on our heads. And actually someone told me that it's better to go for high-pitched tones instead of low-pitched tones when you're in places like this. So, I guess we need to start making our way back now. Bro, seriously, I'm not going down there.
No, I'm going down there.
Are you? It's been a pleasure.
I just want to see. Let me get a torch.
Get your torch.
Class one. There is no end to it.
Of course there's no end to it. What do you expect? I think you need to come back now.
Wait a bit.
Wait a bit.
I see a turn and the flat surface.
Ah, very interesting. So he says a turn on a flat surface. That's a relief.
Wow.
You okay?
Fuck, George.
Come on, listen, don't do this right now, okay? I really want to come down there.
Wait.
Okay, he's gone.
George,
Yeah.
here there is a small square,
Uh-huh.
which is like 70 by 70 centimeters.
I'm not going in there.
And then there is a light of the sun. So you go out.
Keep your voice down. There's stuff falling on my head.
George, you need to calm down. There is an end to it and we go outside. Let me check and I will tell you.
He's gonna check and he's gonna tell me. I actually love that. He's gonna check and he's gonna tell me. I can't even see where he is right now. But this is so much fun, I swear to God. Apparently, guys, don't try this at home. Should I come?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I will come for the torch.
Can you see the exit?
What?
Can you see the exit?
What?
Exit.
Yes, I exited.
I don't see any fucking light. Where did you exit it to?
But there is an exit. I told you, I went outside.
Okay, and is there a path after that exit?
There's a stair, you go up out of the building.
Alright, I had enough. Good, let's go. The stuff I'm doing for a bloody YouTube channel. Alright. In we go. I think I
Raise
need...
your fear.
There's this song that I love called Wear Sunscreen that says do one thing every day that scares you. I guess I'm getting my dose, my daily dose of my fears right now. Look at what we left behind. And this is where we're going. Interesting.
We're going to get a little dirty, just so you know.
Well, I expect to get dirty, just keep shining the light on my path.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be an easy thing driving a Mini with 2 broken legs. I just wish I was an archaeologist. I would actually love my life and my job. That's where we came from. And that's where we're going. Oh my God, Nick.
Look here.
Bro, I can't see where I'm stepping.
Sorry. Hey, ho.
So you're actually going through there. Ah! That makes sense.
Yeah.
Alright, grab the stick.
Okay, wait. One stick. Give me the other stick as well.
And there's water running from here. No.
Yes, you will need both hands.
I'm gonna get so bloody dirty here. Hold on. Make sure I won't drop anything. Get my phone.
Oh, wait. You will not drop. And the stones are wet.
I know. And they're wet in the wrong way. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I'm all set for lunch. Here he comes with his blouse, which he forgot at the top of the castle. Ooh, Nick, I just love your moves, man. There you go. So we're actually gonna take a break and we're gonna catch a picnic with the girls over there, which we just met. And they invited us over to share food and some time from this beautifully, absolutely awesome day out in Redina. I just love this Sunday. So who said that random stuff isn't awesome? It's actually absolutely marvelous. Random people randomly meeting at a totally random place, and we're having lunch on a picnic together. So it's been a long time since I last did that, and that's exactly the reason why. Where am I going? This way, I guess. I love traveling, even if it is in my own country, without any plan. I never plan anything. I prepare myself for trips, but I never actually plan where I will go, what I will do, what I will see, with whom I'll be, because you just never know what lies ahead. And usually when everything is scheduled up so heavily, you bump into something awesome, kind of like what's happening now, and you just can't, because you scheduled it and you paid up front and da-di-da-di-da-di-da. For some people that works, definitely doesn't work for me. Some of the best traveling experiences
I've had throughout the world, where during trips where nothing was planned. Ain't that nice? Nothing was planned, nothing was taken care of up front. It was just me in a backpack walking all over the place. Now I need to make sure I don't fall off this bridge, so let's do this one step at a time. That wasn't that bad, was it? Where's the other fella? Nowhere to be seen. Time for my lunch. Catch you guys later.
And what an absolutely beautiful picnic that was. 5 random strangers sharing food and our lives in a great place. Unfortunately, it was time to head home. I had to go to work, Nick had to get back, but we just couldn't resist one more stop to treasure whatever was left from an absolutely awesome, beautiful, wonderful Sunday out with Bob and friends. Till the next episode is out, remember to take care of your fantastic selves and do have fun.